Well, so much for a boring trade deadline, guys. This trade deadline is crazy. Dare I say, maybe one of the most shocking trade deadlines of all time, at least for while I've been alive and watching the NBA and keeping up with this, right? If you've been living under a rock, James Harden got traded away for Darius Garland and a pick. This is crazy. Literally 23 hours ago, before this trade happened, we got notice that maybe James Harden gets traded. They're kind of looking for a trade for him. And hey, Cavaliers might be a suitor. They might be able to trade away Darius Garland. And everyone was shocked while that was being said and everything like that, right? I was obviously shocked when I got that notification from Shams. And then I did not expect it to be this quick. I didn't expect for him to get traded away the next day. So we need to talk about this. I haven't seen a single Cavs fan be happy about this trade. And if you are a Cavs fan, please explain to me, if you are happy, why you are happy. If you're not happy, explain to me why you're not happy. Because personally, if I was a Cavs fan, I'd be unhappy with this trade. I am not a James Harden guy. I've always been, I don't want to call myself a James Harden hater because I can appreciate everything that he does. He's amazing at basketball. He's an amazing offensive player, right? I guess I could say, I've never liked watching James Harden play basketball, especially when he was on the Houston Rockets. My friends will, tell you that I was very rude when it came to that. I hated watching him. I would call him names. I'd say that he sucks. I'd say that he would never be able to win, right? That was old me, right? I'm not that much of a hater anymore. I just love basketball. I still don't like watching James Harden. I went to a Pistons game with my girlfriend last year against the Clippers, and I had to watch him drop 50 points on us. And I hated every single minute of it. Not only did I have to watch him dismantle the Pistons, but I had to watch him foul bait and go for every step back three, and then he kicks his feet out. I hate watching it. It's not basketball, man. But that's not the conversation I want to have. How is this guy going to fit into the Cavs offense, right? I'm going to grade this trade later in the video, but I need to talk about every reason why I don't really like it first. Okay, so James Harden is coming in and replacing Garland's minutes, right? So basically, before this trade even happens, the Cavs front office needs to go to James Harden and say, hey, we will pay you the money that you want, right? You are in a player option that I think he gets $16 million guaranteed next season. It's like a $41 million player option. He's not going to be on that. He's going to get extended for more money. He's on the wrong side of 30. So this is a win now move. I feel like the Cavs are a little scared. Maybe Donovan Mitchell is not going to re-sign with them in the offseason. I've heard reports that they're very nervous about that because they haven't won anything. All right, so you're going to pay him quite a bit of money, and he's, 35 right now, something like that. He's definitely not young. All right, well, that already sucks. Basically, that already stinks that you have to pay James Harden to be on the Cavaliers. But now, he's not a system player, right? Okay, Cavaliers go out and they fire JB Bickerstaff. They pick up a coach that is a free-flowing offense type of guy, Kenny Atkinson. Then you go get James Harden. James Harden will come in and hold the ball for 12 seconds every single time he touches it. This will stagnate the offense. I don't know how the offense is going to look after he is playing minutes on this team, right? That, and also he is not a plus defender. We obviously know that he's getting up there in age. He hasn't had great injury luck. Also, he hasn't looked great in the playoffs. James Harden, I'm not one of the guys who's like, stereotypically, he's always bad in the playoffs. He's been bad in the playoffs his whole career, right? He had one good run. He's gotten injured recently, consistently. This trade makes no sense to me. Now, on the Clippers side of things, I think this is an all right trade. I think if you're going to get rid of Harden, right? I don't know what you're going to get for him. I think getting a 26-year-old that you can buy low on plus a pick is a great move. Honestly, I'm going to have to see what they do in the future, their long-term plan, all that jazz before I really have my full opinion on it, but I like this trade. Here's the thing though, they need to win. They need to win games, right? The Clippers can't go out there and just lose games. Darius Garland can't sit and get healthy. Their pick will translate to the OKC Thunder. That sucks for the entire league unless you're an OKC fan. I don't want to see the OKC Thunder get any better. So Darius Garland needs to prove everyone wrong, right? He needs to get back to that form of himself that everyone liked and everyone knows that he can get back to this season. All right, enough me rambling. If you can't tell, I'm shocked by this trade. I'm shocked by every single trade that's happened this trade deadline. It's been a crazy trade deadline, honestly. Like, I want to make a video about all of them, but I'm waiting until the end of the trade deadline. I was at work all of yesterday. I believe in my deadline video where I was talking about the first trade, I was like, don't have any trades happen on Tuesday. I'm at work all day. I worked 13 hours yesterday. I couldn't talk about this trade to anyone. But time to grade this trade. I will be making a video at the end of the deadline, grading every single NBA trade that happened during this deadline, but I want to get my first reaction to this on record. I think for the Cavs, I guess best case scenario, this is a B trade. Best case scenario, right? This is a B minus type of trade. If you do not make it far in the playoffs this year, it's not a good trade, right? If James Harden doesn't make your offense way better and it just stagnates your offense like I think it will, this is a C trade. If he goes out there and gets injured, this is a D trade, right? So, in my opinion, this is ranging from a B trade to a D trade. Now, what do I actually feel about it currently? I think it's a B minus, maybe a C plus kind of trade. I don't love it very clearly. I just spent, 3 minutes talking about how I don't like it. I don't like it for the Cavs. I don't like it for their offense. I don't like it for their defense. This doesn't really make them that much better. In my opinion, yeah, their offense gets a little bit better, but it gets different. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. Especially when the Boston Celtics went out and became better. The Pistons went out and became better. The Knicks haven't done anything, but they're probably still better than the Cavs right now. Now, what do I grade this trade for the Clippers? Again, I'm going to give you a range because this is my first reaction to this. I haven't had that much conversation about it with other people, Cavs fans who watch more Cavs games than I do because I probably only watched 10 Cavs games so far this season. That's kind of being generous. I'm definitely going to give this a B, maybe a C. It's not a horrible trade at all. James Harden wants out. You don't want to pay him. Darius Garland is a great compensation prize, right? Plus, you get a pick. I mean, it's just going to depend on if you win. Like I said, you got to win so you keep your pick. How is he going to look on this team? What's he look like in the future? What does Darius Garland turn into? Can he turn into the player that I think a lot of people think he can be? I've always been high on Garland, right? Especially when they had Sexton and Garland. I liked Garland more. I think he could maybe thrive on the Clippers. We'll definitely have to see. I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested in this trade for them. I think at worst it's a C, especially if they lose games and they give up their pick, and then maybe he's not part of the long-term future for them. I think it might be a bad trade. I don't know what else you could have gotten for James Harden. If he wanted out right now, I don't know how many teams are calling. I don't know if the Timberwolves are calling. I know they need a guard. It seems like they just purely want Giannis, and they aren't really going to trade for a Morant or anything like that. I don't think the Timberwolves get... Can I talk about this real quick at the end of this video, right? Because I don't want to make a full video about this. If you trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, you are not winning a championship in the next 2 years. The assets that you're giving up, right? Maybe you could make it work in the offseason, but Giannis gets paid a bunch of money. So we're looking at the Warriors, the Timberwolves, and the Miami Heat. I believe those are the three teams that are being talked about in trade talks. The Miami Heat are going to give up too much to be a real contender in the East. Plus, Giannis is out until, it's like 4 weeks or something like that. He's out for a while. This season's kind of wraps, right, wherever he goes. Minnesota, you're going to have to give up too much. You're going to have to give up Randall. You're going to have to give up Dillingham, some other contract stuff that's going to have to fit in. You're going to have to give up picks. You're going to lose flexibility. I don't think that he's going to just magically make you be better than the rest of the West. West is stacked, right? Same with the Warriors. He's not going to come in and just fix the Warriors organization. Plus, you're giving away too much. And I don't really know if the Bucks want Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know. I don't feel like he's a player that gets traded at the deadline, right? I feel like you wait. Maybe you have a good pick this season. Maybe you get lucky. I don't know. This trade deadline is shocking, man. Also, real quick, because I'm not going to get a chance to talk about this until like Friday. Jaden Ivey, man. Jaden Ivey. It hurts me to see Jaden Ivey have this low a value, right? If you told me, I'm talking to my friend at basketball the other day, hey, maybe Jaden Ivey gets traded away for a Michael Porter Jr. Hey, maybe Jaden Ivey gets traded away for a Kobe White, right? A great guard. If you told me that his value was Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter, right? I'd be like, no knock on Kevin Herter. He's on my favorite team now. What up, Red Velvet? Is that your nickname? What up, Doe, right? You're on my team. I'm rooting for you. Jaden Ivey, man. Last year, I was watching him hit game winners. Game-winning floater off the glass against the Raptors. And I had to watch Cole Anthony. Dude, I can't swear on this channel, or else I would. I condemn Cole Anthony. Kick Cole Anthony out of the league. Jaden Ivey was hitting one-handed floater layups off the glass to beat the Raptors. Buzzer beater. Last year, right? Okay, right? Man, this trade deadline has been crazy. I'm going to try to just chill it out and see what else happens. There's a few other trades that are going to happen, right? I know Dalton Connect is getting shopped. I know Gabe Vincent is getting shopped. I know John Morant is definitely getting shopped, right? The Bulls have 10 guards right now. One of those players is going to a different team, right? Should the Hornets buy? I think so. Should the Sixers buy? I think so. Some other teams as well. We'll see what goes on. I'll see you guys later. Wow.